That was the best one.
Try again.
Meanwhile, back in Blackpool.
Yeah. So I'm joined by the big boss here today, and we're going to be looking through some. You've looked through some 50 pences with me. The video for that will go up sometime very soon. But you've got a bag of pound coins to have a hunt through.
I have indeed.
Yeah.
I heard your hot shot on 50 pences and £2 coins.
Yeah.
But you're not so good on pound coins.
Definitely not these pound coins. No.
Okay. Well. These pound coins aren't all that special, you know. People used to use them in everyday change, but what we've got here is, and somebody actually helpfully split them up into different heads or types, this is a bag of sovereigns that all of the sovereigns that we bought in yesterday.
And how many sovereigns are there?
127.
127. Wow.
And you probably noticed I handle these about the same way as you handle 50 pences.
Yeah.
It's quicker. Occasionally we've had people commenting and cringing because I handle sovereigns, bullion sovereigns, with no gloves on, because they handle them with. We're looking at bullion sovereigns, a lump of gold really.
Yep.
Some might be very nice, some might not. And actually, I don't know if you can do this with 50 pence if it makes a difference. When you look at there, can you see the difference in the edges at all?
Oh, the milling.
Do we need to try and hold these under your camera and get them in focus?
A little bit.
The milling's different, and do some look different colours?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, some reddish, some brownish, some yellowish. The serration might be cruder on some, but there's a little bit of difference there. So I'm wondering what we're going to see here. Now, I happen to have noticed when I opened this is George V.
Okay.
So these should all be dated from 1911 to 1932.
Okay.
When I was 16, I didn't use an eyeglass for this most of the time, but when you get to 29, well, you're 29. So that's why you've got glasses, I have an eyeglass.
Because you're looking through to make sure they're all genuine?
Yeah, I'm looking through for various things. The first and obvious thing is I'm looking for genuine ones or fakes. Normally I have better lighting than this. And the first coin I've come to is annoying me instantly because the mint mark looks like an S, but it's not very clear and it's quite a small S. At first I thought it was an I. Well, that's annoying me because I need to double check that. What I probably need is a 10 times loop to have a good close look at that. What I use for this is just a 2 or a 2.5, and I think that's diopters, which means you can just focus a bit more closely. And they're quite easy to use quickly. But apart from that, I probably go through these not quite as quick as you do 50 pences. That's interesting. It's 1925, so it's quite a nice one. I think we showed you something earlier that you didn't know. I didn't realise, and that's mint marks. Because that's 1912 S, Sydney Mint. It's 1912, no mint marks, that's London Mint.
I didn't realise the sovereigns had mint marks on it, but you learn something new every day.
Okay, that's 1918 P, Perth Mint. But that's quite nice and almost minty looking. Got a bit of black gunge stuck on it, but it was quite a nice grade coin, another 1918p.
So you're quite experienced with the grading of coins as well then?
Yeah, I've graded a few in my lifetime. It's one of these things that when you look at something, you're instantly looking about what the grade is. When you were doing the 50 pences before, there we go, got 1916, that's a P. 16 is quite a good date.
Oh yeah.
It's not one of the extremely common ones.
It seems so strange that these coins would have been, or variation coins like these would be used in circulation for purchases and things. Obviously.
Yeah, well that's what it used to be, until about the First World War. And the First World War effectively started killing off gold coins in circulation. So that's 1925 London Mint, that one. So, here's a question for you. 1925, London Mint.
Okay.
When do you think that was made?
A 1925
Yeah,
London Mint. When do I think that was made?
yeah. That's a stupid question, right? You're looking around at everybody here, aren't you?
I was double checking. It sounds like it was made in 1925.
You'd think so. Oh, this is quite nice. This is 1931, I say, so this is a later one. This is quite bright and shiny, but I'm not allowed to spoonerise that, am I? Because that'll get bleeped out on your video. That's quite good. That's, I don't know if you can instantly tell, but can you tell those are different heads? They're both George I.
Yeah.
Can you see the difference in the portraits?
It looks like the hairline. No, not in the light.
What about the size?
Oh, is this the one on the right a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So which is the early one, which is the late one?
Surely the smaller one would be the earlier one.
No.
Ah. 50-50. So the larger one was the earlier one. Okay.
Yeah. And they had problems with ghosting on coins where the head was rather large. They had this in some Victorian ones as well. And if you look carefully, you've got a bit of a shadow of the head coming through onto the reverse side. Probably not so much on sovereigns, but it did affect pennies and larger format coins.
Okay.
And basically the amount of metal that's displaced on the two sides is uneven, and that means that metal flows more from one side to the other side instead of equally into both.
I see.
And the Mint were trying to cure it, and eventually did manage to reduce it a little bit by making the portrait a bit smaller on sovereigns.
Yeah.
So 1911 to 1927, to 1928 are all large head. 1929 to 1932 are all the small head. So what we doing? So these are all okay. I just put those down because I've done those. They're all okay. They're all genuine. They're all in reasonable condition.
Yeah.
These are the interesting ones to have a better look at. Oh, this has already been pulled out for some reason. 1920p. I don't know why. Now I'm allowed to say P.
Yes.
Because P stands for Perth Mint,
Okay.
not penny. Well, genuine so far. I wish somebody had left a fake in here for us to find. That would have been exciting.
Oh yeah.
This bag says Edwards here, so these are all 1902 to 1910. Let's have a quick look. Oh, we didn't answer the question, did we, about the 1925? Your viewers will be going, well, they've gone off the subject now. Why aren't you telling us when the 1925 were minted?
Yeah.
Will your viewers be playing the guessing game with us here?
Possibly.
When were these made? They'll be going, what stupid question, 1925. No, there were some 1925 sovereigns made in at London Mint in 1925. But I don't know what happened to those. You don't see many about of the original ones, but in 1949 we needed, I say we, the UK needed some more sovereigns making for some reason. I've forgotten why now. It might have been to help counteract forgeries or something like that, but we needed more sovereigns. And again, I don't know why. I'm guessing there wasn't time for the Royal Mint to actually get Queen's Privy Council permission for a new sovereign to be made with George VI head on. He'd already done some in 1937 proof ones, and for some reason they pulled out some old dies, I think, or whatever, and restruck some 1925 ones.
Oh really?
And they did the same in 1950 and 51. So if you find a 1925 London Mint sovereign, it's probably made in 49, 50 or 51.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you look carefully, you can tell the difference because they tend to have a high rim on one side. Should we go back and find it? And yeah, this one looks to me like high rims. It is, that's high rim.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold that in the right place for your camera? And if you rub your nail across it or you'll find that the rim sticks up quite a
Oh,
long
yeah.
way on that coin. If we'd have thought about it, we could have actually tried to find a low rim one. The low rims are scarcer. I don't think many people do collect them, but it is one of these things that I think eventually a lot of collectors will want. It would also have been really neat if they'd have put a little privy mark on them to show whether it was 49 or 50 or 51. That would have been collectible. But at that stage, the Royal Mint hadn't realised that it would go into the kind of collectible market until 1970. They'd have been thinking ahead. So, if we found a Canada in here, I would get quite excited. Ooh, actually, it's 1907. No, that looks okay. There was something about this coin that I didn't quite like when I first came across it. So, actually, I may end up having another good look at that later.
We'll look for the benefit of the viewers.
Sometimes, actually, this one's half interesting, but 1907S, and this has got a little feature there. It's got a little flake or two, a little black bit there to the right of his chin. I'll let you hold it up to your camera because you're the expert at this. And I don't know quite what that is. I suspect it's some sort of metal floor in the blank that's still showing on the coin.
Oh, I see.
It's one of the things you see.
There's a little bit of black in the rim as well. Beading.
The beading thing I don't think's anything to do with it. There's a little bit of black there. Could be a little bit of air bubble, porosity, something like that in the original ingot. Gets rolled flat. It's still there on the blank, and then it shows up with a bit of a flaw on the coin.
So people be buying these more for their metal content value rather than...
Yeah, these are for as investment gold for collectors. And funny enough, I come across another 1907 London mint here, and this one is a slightly pale yellow. I actually think it's genuine, but I will have another look at that later. That was a 07, which is, you might want to do that. You can see clearly there's two different colours there. The one on the left is a kind of goldy yellow.
Yeah.
The one on the right is a slightly pale yellow, like anemic looking yellow.
So these things you'd be looking for to then do a bit more closer...
anything like that that's unusual, it's unexpected, it kind of clicks something in the brain, and I tend to then have a closer look at that later. It's a kind of alert. And quite often it's a false positive, or whatever you want to call it. The coin might have been in some chemical acid. One might be toned a little bit more than the other. Could have been gold plated at some stage. Must try it someday, but if a coin was in contact with mercury, you'd end up with quite a bad looking surface on it. And this one I don't like at all. This is a 1910. Actually, 1910s do actually look slightly different from many of the other dates. But I really don't like this coin at all. Do you want to hold that up there to have a good look at it? That looks slightly sort of dodgy to me. Actually, here's another 1910. This one is okay. If you keep those side by side, can we see anything on that? Can you see that the one on the right looks a little bit...
I was trying to look at the text, that was the advice you said.
A bit clumsy. It's the main part of the design that I'm looking at.
Oh, in the dragon?
Yeah. I haven't looked at
there.
I haven't looked at the inscription yet, but that's on the obverse anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just looks a little bit clumsy to me. So I want to have a good look at that. What I will do with these, and it's been lazy, we'll put them on our night-on XRF testing machine.
Yep.
That's quite good as a kind of idiot guide for things. It won't tell you if a coin's genuine.
Yeah.
But if the metal content is wrong,
Ah.
obviously it rings a bell. Well, it doesn't ring a bell, but it rings a bell up here.
Yeah.
That's definitely fake.
Oh, I see.
Are we taking too long here doing these?
No, not at all.
Seems to be. You don't ever want to fall asleep watching the video, What have we got next? I'm doing them, trying to pick the bigger bags out first. What we got? Oh, these look shiny. These are some recent QE2s. These should be easy. That's a shame. These are all slightly scuffed QE2s. That's a shame.
Take a look.
Because, not too long ago these would have been minty with no scratches on, and whoever's bought them has obviously jiggled them all together in a bag and not taken care of them. But these coins have been jiggled about in a bag, or they've given them the kids to play with. So these have all got bag marks on them, which is a shame. And again, this is somebody doing these. The year 2000, and it is proof, so it's nice and shiny.
Oh yeah.
Bright and shiny again. But look at the little scratches and bag marks and stuff on
yeah.
that. Oh,
Shame, isn't it?
Nearly as bad as your bag of 50 pennies. So, proof coin like that in a box with a certificate is a nice collectible coin like this. We'll call it a grade C. We don't have a grade B.
Yeah.
But the grade C is to make it extra obvious that it's not a grade coin. We do put these in plastic bags to stop them getting any worse. But that's ruined those for really collectible pieces. Oh, 1985, that's a travesty. 1985 is the Macluf portrait.
Yeah.
And those weren't issued as an ordinary circulation or bullion issue. Only proof ones in those years. Somebody's taken this out of a proof set and trashed it.
You said that's the only sovereign I've got from my grandfather's, a 1985 sovereign.
Okay. So this is a shame because perfect with a box and a cert, that would be worth a considerable premium, perhaps 50-60% over the gold content.
Really?
Yeah. As it stands like that, it might be about 10%.
I see.
Because it's an 85, we might get 15% for that. But
Let's go back and check mine then, won't I?
That's the limit on that one. This one, with those scratches on there, I'll let you do that. You're better at this than I am. Can you see the scratches to the right of the head?
Oh yeah, just yeah.
I think people would not like that if they got that as a bullion coin. It's not going out as what we call a grade C.
I see.
And grade C, once upon a time, we would have scrapped those.
Yeah.
But lots of people are quite happy to buy a coin just for its gold.
Yeah.
They're not that worried about it, and we can as soon as we get a quantity of those and put them on sale, they go out the door. If we look at this one and the obverse is worse, if you can let your viewers see that, it's very uneven and grainy looking. And that's what I would normally call orange peel.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Now, that can and does happen on genuine coins. It's usually either over annealing or the coin having been too hot at some stage. And I think the over annealing bit, and I'm not quite certain, as I understand it from my very amateurish metallurgical knowledge, is it's almost as if the metal's starting to melt again. So it forms into little blobs, and it should be nice flat sheets.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe that in. It is a genuine coin. I'm quite happy about that. But a lot of people and a lot of inexperienced collectors would pick on that and go, "Oh, this looks dodgy." And I agree. It's good to notice that.
Yeah. That's to check.
Looks slightly unusual. And then this one's a slightly shiny and polished looking Victoria Young card. I'll let you hold that to the camera.
So there's something polished, do you think? Oh, yes. It looks very shiny, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks shiny. It's been polished a little bit. Might have just been in somebody's pocket or a bag, or somebody might have actually given it a quick shine with a cloth.
I see.
Sometimes happen when they've been in jewellery, but actually that's quite nice and the condition's quite good.
I didn't realise.
Yeah.
Look, this is upside down.
No, that's the wrong way around.
I didn't know that was the case with the sovereigns.
You're holding it the wrong way around.
Oh, I see.
You're turning it the wrong way around.
Should be turning it that way around.
But what we need is another video about coin alignment and medal alignment.
Yes.
What's this? Gillick bullion. Okay, so these are early ones. Have you got time to tell me what a filibuster is?
That's when you...
Don't demonstrate it. Go on.
When you talk for so long that... it's in the American government, they do it. You talk for so long then they can't enact a bill.
Yeah, that's it. And they're thinking of doing that, or possibly doing that soon, when they hit their borrowing limit later this month. And there's been a suggestion raised, again, that they make a $1 trillion platinum coin.
Oh.
It doesn't normally take me this long to get 100.
I'm a distraction, so.
Well, no, it's the camera really, because we get a camera and I play up to it. Okay, folks. Yeah, here we go. This is another 1925 SA, and this one doesn't look quite right to me. It looks a little bit weak. And when we tilt the coin so the light spills, it's giving a slight reflective effect on it. Difficult to describe. There we are. We'll hold this up to the camera. I can't do this on my own. It's a good job we've got this assistant. Can you come up next weekend?
Yeah.
We can do more fish and chips. Does that look at all odd to you, or?
It does look very shiny, doesn't it?
No, about the viewers. Well, it's not the shininess.
No.
No, it looks. The surface just looks a little bit odd, and
there it looks almost mirrory on.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind that, but.
So what does it use spotted then?
Well, I think I saw the reverse first, although when you spilt that, I saw a quick flash of reflection that I wasn't happy about. A lot of this is really, really difficult to explain. Yeah. Because you do it by doing what you're doing, which is moving the coin around and tilting it to get the light at different angles. But I saw stuff on the reverse, and to me the design looks a little bit weakly struck. And I picked that up. And again, actually, when I look at coins, something hits me. Yeah. And I don't always know instantly what it is that I don't like about it. So I then have to start honing in to go, what do I like about this? Why does this coin look wrong? What's suspicious about it? Yeah. Sometimes I know instantly what's wrong with it, and I can tell. This coin, as it stands at the minute, this is a borderline case. This could be a genuine coin. It might be a fake if it's genuine. It's not a very happy one. What'll be interesting if we put this on the night-on XRF tester. This is so lazy. If the metal content's wrong, we know it's a fake. Yeah. I don't need to spend another 10 minutes having a look at it. Of course. We know it's a fake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll then spend more time because we'll then photograph it and we'll be looking minutely and going,
what was it that triggered you to think it was a fake?
What's wrong with it? Yeah, and spend more time studying it. This is slightly weakly stuck. I'll let you do the close-up camera stuff on that. On the obverse, the field that's supposed to be flat isn't flat at all, is it? It's quite dished and concave in places. Okay. And it looks rather like an impression of the reverse has come through slightly to the obverse. Oh. Which is maybe what it is. I'd have to turn it and compare a few times to check up on that. The rotation isn't actually perfectly in line there, but that's often the case. They don't align perfectly in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy it's a genuine coin,
Yeah.
but it's got that interesting effect.
Yeah.
So what's the longest video you've ever done?
Um,
Did you do Ben-Hur? 'Cause that was
I didn't do
quite a long
Ben-Hur.
one, wasn't it? No? Should we go for a world
I
record?
didn't even do Lawrence of Arabia. I thought I got to the end of the film and then it took a turn and
Yeah. Now, he was a good guy, Lawrence of Arabia, you know? Yeah. Do you know what Lawrence of Arabia has got in common with Winnie the Pooh? Or Attila the Hun?
no.
They've all got the same middle name. Oh, here we go. Right. Here's one for you. Does not look any different to you. I'll pull this last one out and I'll look at the two. Spot the difference.
And the obverse.
Instant difference. Look, either side. Ah, there's a clue. Either side. What's instant? What's...
Oh, the colour.
Ah, yeah. What can you tell me?
This one looks yellowy and this one looks sort of
Okay.
a greyish yellow.
So, which is the unusual one?
The greyish one? On the left?
Nearly the right answer.
The one on the right then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The one on the right is more yellow
Yeah.
than normal sovereigns
Oh, okay.
of Victoria's Jubilee head. If you flick it over, you'll find the yellow one is an 1887 London Mint.
1887. I'll take your word on
There's
the
no
mint.
mint mark, and they are always more yellow than the
Oh,
normal
okay.
ones. But which one looks better to you?
I quite like the normal one, not the
okay.
grey one.
Second best answer, that, yeah. Possibly because it looks unusual compared with all the ones
Oh, I
we've looked
see.
at.
Yeah.
What we'd find if we tested those is the normal one, that's in your left hand at the minute, has probably got about 3 parts per thousand of silver content.
Okay.
Whereas the yellow one, the 87 London, will have about 6 or more parts, maybe as many as about 10 or 12 parts per thousand of silver.
Oh, okay.
And it makes it a more typical gold colour, a little bit more like pure gold would look.
Okay. But there we go. We've had an awesome look through a whole bunch of sovereigns, things to look at and things that you look at whilst you're verifying the goods before they go on sale to your clients. And it was interesting to see the variety. I've never seen so many sovereigns, and I don't think I ever will in my life in one place at one time. So very grateful for the chance.
Well, we could have taken you down to our bunker. We've told you about that, haven't we?
Yeah, because for £40,000 worth of sovereigns on the table is impressive enough, I think. I imagine your vault will be even more impressive.
Well, yes, this is just a bag full that came in yesterday. I've just got to second check them.
Yeah.
In the vault we have got a lot more, and we could have impressed you. We have told you though that if we show you our bunker we have to kill you.
That would be the end of Christopher Collects, wouldn't it? So.
And I'm in trouble now because this has been a first for Christopher, because it's the first time he's actually run out of memory cards.
That's right.
Because he hasn't been able to shut me up and stop me talking. We were looking the last thing about an 1887 London Mint sovereign, which is more yellow than normal,
Yeah.
and that made us overrun. So sorry about that, Christopher.
That's okay.
You've got loads of editing to do.
I
now.
do. That's going to make a great video, I think.
How do you cut them? 2 hours is it, filibuster, and you've got to get that down to less than 20 minutes. I don't really envy you, but
I'll manage it, I'm sure. But
there you
thank you for your time. And
okay, blame it on me.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and should be sure to head over to Chards' YouTube channel as well to check out the great content they've got on their channel. But as ever, all that leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.